Hello, good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Art of the Oracle. My name's Virginia, and this is a 3-card pick a card reading. So I was guided in by a lot of divine feminine energy. But the first deck that I chose was the Wisdom of the Trees. So I felt very strongly that there is a Mother Nature or a divine feminine aspect about what's going on, a nurturing aspect. Also, I was guided in for really just clarity. So each one of these are versions of a quartz. And quartz is about clarity and amplification, and you can program quartz to do whatever it is that you want. So as you sit with this reading and you choose your quartz, work with it. You're a very powerful person to ask it to amplify what it is that you need to know, okay? So as always, we clear with selenite. Let me know if this sideways tablecloth is distracting for you. I'm going to try to work with it as it is, but if it is, I'd love to hear in the comments. So we're gonna go to the first grouping of cards to start you out. So this is the first one that I'm seeing, which is Scots Pine. And with that, we have this beautiful, it almost looks like a Lemurian crystal, because Lemurian crystals have this like ridge on them, and it's not like, you can't feel it, but you can see it. So not sure, I was given this one, but that's what it feels like to me. It feels like, you know, it's got a lot going on here in this crystal. So let's go to the second reading, pile number 2. And we have date palm. And pile number 2, we have this beautiful polished crystal, this clear quartz crystal. And I picked up this one because I know that it has like a little rainbow. It has like a little rainbow when you turn it to certain lights. There are different things going on in this crystal. So there is yours, pile number 2, and let's go to pile number 3. Ooh, wow. That one came out in a really big way. So this is acacia or acacia tree. And this is in its kind of raw form, as it was kind of plucked out of the area that it was in. So there's lots of small crystals in this one, in the acacia. All right, so take a moment, see which one you are drawn to, whether you get a visual cue, a hearing, an auditory cue, or something that makes you feel like that's the one. And then make your choice. I'll leave it running for a few minutes, and we'll be right back with your reading. All right, welcome back. Pile number 1. So let's dive into your reading. So the first thing that I have here is this quartz crystal that kind of feels like it might be Lemurian because of the way that it has. You probably won't pick it up here, but I'll move it back and forth, and maybe you might be able to see that there's these beautiful lines in it if you decide that that's something that you want. So there are two things going on I noticed with this. It feels like two different directions, right? This is going upward and this is going forward. And that's what I feel like with this. It's like bringing in divine energy as well as moving you forward in a big way. So if you chose this one, that's what I'm getting from this, as well as the clearing and amplifying of like dreams and desires. So Scots Pine, this is a really beautiful image. There's a couple of things that I noticed right away. There's a path here that is illuminated, that is gently illuminated, and it's almost as if within there's also a light. But during the winter, we have a tendency to, you know, kind of hunker down and go within. So there's something to me, and I'll look up exactly what Scots Pine's meaning by Struthers, the author or creator of this deck is. But what I'm getting from it is that there's a time that is needed for you to go within and for you to find your path. And it's asking for you to trust the way it is leading you, and you will feel an illumination from within. There's a little woodpecker over here, and I always feel like that's luck. Like I feel like it's a divine lucky omen when I see it. That's just my own interpretation, but that is what that is part of what I'm feeling from this. So in the guidebook, we'll put these two right up here. I'm struggling with like how to create the cards with a crooked like this, so I probably won't do this again. So under Scots Pine, they're broken down into different aspects where the author put this, and this is under healing. And the tree itself is about construction for obvious reasons, because it grows very straight, and it's valued because of the ability to use it. So it's guiding you in because there's something useful that is either coming to you or that you're working with that is going to help guide you where you need to go and illuminate your path. I'll read to you the information that it gives. It says, let me show you how to construct a richer and healthier life for yourself. Are you building the life that you want, or are you feeling dissatisfied because something's not really going the way you'd like? Look beyond the day-to-day difficulties and gain a clear view of where and how you need to change. I really like that, because part of what we're getting from the from that amplification of this clear quartz, and I was really drawn to that, is that we need that clear energy right now. And I think that that's being amplified again by the message of this Scots Pine. Okay, so the card that came out for, these are the Spirit Mama oracles, is the Throat. And as you can see here, she's screaming. She is, it's almost like she's a lion and roaring. So have you felt that you haven't had a voice, or that you're speaking and not being heard? It's interesting because this is your throat chakra card, but there's a lot of blue going into this purple here. And as I saw here in this Scots Pine, where something's leading you into an inner illumination, I feel like this is telling you that you need to clear out your throat chakra. Say what you need to say. Don't be afraid of what's going on. It's a very, very important time for you, I feel like, to really say and speak with authority for yourself. Just be loud and proud. That's what the guidebook says. Be loud and proud, whatever it is that your heart is saying. And and I love that, because here in the beginning, what we were seeing was this illumination. And I said, it's like illuminating your heart. Just follow your heart. Know, and you'll know that it's right, because your heart will be illuminated. So this is asking you not to hold back any longer, and that it's safe to be able to express yourself fully, and that it's very important that you do so right now, because there is something between your heart and your crown that is being maybe somewhat stifled or blocked or redirected, because your throat chakra could have something that really needs to be cleared away for you. If you feel like, that you've just allowed people to say whatever they want and you haven't had your voice, you can do something as simple as singing. Now you may think, oh, I'm not a singer. Well, if you're not, it's okay. Just sing for yourself. You don't have to sing in front of a crowd of people. But the act of singing, the vibration of it will help loosen it. I work with tuning forks, so you can also go online and find like throat chakra clearing and work that way. Or, write or speak or go out in the yard or yell or something. There's so many different ways that you can clear your throat, and it's extremely important, I think, for you to do so right now. Okay, so the next card that came out here is Fairy Tale. I really appreciate all this purple that's going, because I'm also now seeing it down here and illuminated in the moon. So it's almost as if when you're following your path, and even though you may need, this may be heralding a time where you need to go within as well, but there's something about this nurturing aspect, about you standing the test of time and building something as you move forward. So I love that this construction card was first. So I think what the cards are saying is that you need to start with a good, clear foundation and move forward first by clearing away and saying the things that you need to say, things that have been blocking you or keeping you kind of smaller than what you need to be, because it's moving you forward. With this, I see like this higher understanding, as well as being able to walk within that, and you're walking between the divine cosmos and the understanding here, bringing it down into the earth. So the fairy tale card is about understanding that your dreams can come true. That one of the things that I heard today was bring in the violet flame. And I love that that is being reiterated here. And I'm just realizing that in the cards themselves, in their packaging, there's a lot of purple, which could be one of the reasons why I was drawn to them. This moon oracle is purple, and then I'm bringing out the dragons, and that's purple. And these cards also have like this purple energy. So Saint Germain, the violet flame, is kind of speaking through me and through the cards today to let you know that you can create that thing that you thought that was only in fairy tales, that it wasn't really possible. You know, when you see like the Prince Charming and you're like, well, that'll never happen. Those words are extremely powerful. It's okay to dream. As a matter of fact, I think the cards are asking you to dream, to let go, and just to kind of get lost in what it says here is become lost in the stardust and moon glow as it whirls around you. Be the author of your own story and make each moment and experience unforgettable. So write this down, dream it, do whatever you need to do to be able to experience the world that you want to experience. Do not limit yourself, and speak your truth. So this is laying a foundation for these dreams and wishes. So we're going to call in the dragons now, for the love of dragons. So look at that. So number one, it's interesting that, so I think that this is obviously, because it's number one, it's the very first card in the series of the dragon, but she's standing on these cairns. If you take a look at them, I always believe cairns are, it's like bringing you closer to the divine or to God. You're taking these stones that are heavy and you're raising them. So so what the message that I'm getting from this is that the thing that you need to balance here is some of that heavier energy, the things that you have suppressed within yourself. Allow them to rise up, to balance who you are, balance that energy out, and rise into something new. Now, she's not flying off anywhere because she's not ready yet. She's taking flight. So, I mean, she's finding her balance before she takes flight. And it's interesting. I feel like all of these are leading into something really beautiful. And the guidebook does reiterate that it's very important before you act to take a moment to consider all the options. So it's as you dream this fairy tale dream, you know, don't just go out haphazardly and go, well, Virginia said that I can have whatever it is that I want. So this is what I'm wanting, and I'm going to dream the dream and just go forward. It's about this clarity and feeling it with your heart, speaking your truth. If you can't say this out loud, this dream that you have, then it's really hard to turn that into your reality if you can't speak it. Part of that gift and part of that power is being able to speak your truth. And even if it feels silly the first time that you start, you know, opening yourself up to it, the more you open yourself up to it, the more it becomes available. So we're going to call in the Light Seers Tarot and see what is, okay. So this is the first thing that came out, the Chariot. And it came out like an upside down. So when the Chariot comes out, it's about an energy moving quickly forward. And as you can see with the two horses here, it's number 7, but it's balance. It's this right next to this card. And when you add 1 and 7 together, you get this divine 8, which is the year that we're in. And it's about stability. It's about creating, coming to the end of something that you need. But because it was coming in upside down, I think as you're moving forward, this is reiterating that everything is going to be moving forward, but it's very, very important for you to create the foundation before you rush into whatever it is you're doing. Make sure that you understand that you have clarity of mind and heart. Clear out some of the old disturbances that are keeping you, weighing you down, and kind of you need to raise that vibration. The reason why this fairy tale card, I think, is right here in the middle is because the important thing is for you to be able to dream the dream. Say it out loud. What is it that you really desire? Write it down. It may seem silly, but the cards are asking you to go at it from this perspective, and I'm really trusting them. It's interesting that one of the things that I was talking about was this 8. So I'm going to bring it down here because it's like reiterating the 8 here. And in the 8, what is she doing? She's leaving the past behind and going to something that is brighter and lighter, which is being mimicked also in these little lights here and going within. This is off in the distance. This is off in the distance. You're moving towards this. This is the goal, is for you to move into this heart-based space. And as you follow the path that it's starting, it's going, your heart, it will be more and more illuminated for you. So let's see. Okay. So these came out sideways. And when they come out sideways, I feel like there's relevance in both aspects. So again, we see more illumination here. Now it's like he's leaving the scene of the crime, right? But he's getting out of there because he's leaving in the night, in the darkness, because the dark is being illuminated by the moon, which means that he's following his intuition forward. He's leaving the past where maybe there was conflict, maybe there were things that just weren't quite working out. If you look at 5, 6, and 7, 5 is all about change. And then 6, you're kind of gathering things together. And 7, you're taking that motion forward into something new. And I feel like it's being reiterated in both of these cards. Again, you have a 2, which is showing both of these crows and her blindfolded. She doesn't look scared. She has what seems like this beautiful energy around her. And this almost seems like she's choosing to stay in the dark, or she's choosing to blindfold herself. Even on her arms, she has what looks like some balance here. She has what she needs to move forward, but right now she's gathering information and she's choosing to kind of stay in the dark for a little while until she has everything that she needs. And it's really interesting that we were moving forward, and then right here under the fairy tales, it's asking you to kind of go within, and the swords are about thinking, ideas, communication. So it's asking you to get clear again. So as you create the foundation, create these things that are unblocking for you, let yourself dream, become balanced. Don't move too quickly because you want to stay in balance. As you come into this divine balance, you're going to see that there is something ahead for you that is very, very important and very exciting for you. Now we're going back downward again, but this is about leaving things from the past and letting them go. And the 2 of Swords, it could feel like you're beginning all over again, because the things and the way that you're communicating and the things that are coming into you are so much different, I feel like, than they were before. So I think that that's why we're getting this dip down. So let's continue and see what additional cards want to come out. I feel like I'm going to grab those 3 right there. So let's see what they have to say. Yeah, so the King of Wands it's all about your energy, your creativity. You're moving forward with strength. It's hard to see right here, but this flame, there is an energy that is circling out all around him. He understands where he is. He is right. He doesn't need anything. He's coming from this powerful place of acceptance in his own power. So that could be somebody coming in to help you, or an aspect of you. It could be you yourself, or it could be something that you're stepping into as you kind of move forward. Then we have the wheel, and then we have death and rebirth. So what I absolutely love, let's see if we can get all of these cards in here. What I love is that as you move forward, and don't get too reckless about it, and you allow yourself to take these gentle pauses to always stay with this light. When you are feel like you're kind of unstable, the 2 is a stable card, but I'm almost feeling like the 2 and these 2 birds coming together to help kind of illuminate things for you. I think the 2 is representative of like a new way of communicating, but I feel like there's somebody coming in to help you with whatever it is that you're doing. And as you rise, like she's now standing on top of these coins, like she's standing on top of these cairns, you're going to feel almost like a rebirth is coming to you. Like you're going to be able to see things in a completely new way. If you look at the card 13, 1 and 3 is 4, which is creating stability. But you have to die or to let that all go before you can, if you see this little infinity sign that is going, because you're in between death and rebirth, it's because you're constantly dying and being reborn. If you get stuck and stale, just like water that cannot flow becomes stuck and stale, it becomes toxic. And that's why it's so important for you always to understand that the energy, the light comes from within, and from understanding, like trees, they go into this dormant period, and then they, come out again in the spring with a whole new set of, leaves and life and experience. And that's what all of this is about. Pile number 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you are not a subscriber, I hope you'll choose to like and subscribe, and I'd love to hear from you. I am doing personal readings, so if you're interested in that, just follow the link to my email and we'll set up a time on the calendar. So until next time, have an amazing day. Bye now. Pile number 2, this is your reading. So very exciting. The first thing that we'll look at is this polished stone. So as we know, when stones are polished, they've been ground down by experiences of smoother and smoother. It could be by water, it could be by sand, like artificially polished. But this is about what happens after you've had a lot of experience and you become a little bit more refined and polished. So I think that that is some aspect of what's going on with this reading. So we're going to start with there. And of course, it also brings in the amplification, and it brings in, so yeah, I have lots of clear quartz, but I'll go ahead and bring these out of the frame here so we can bring this upward. So yeah, because I'm seeing this kind of glow right there from this angle that's coming in from the light of the window. So there's something about your experiences which has which has refined who you are, and you're understanding that the more polished you are, the more things can roll off your back, or the flow is more available to you. Whereas like if you have a crystal that has lots of different crevices, there's lots of places for things to seep in. But this is about being able that you've come a long way. I know that's a lot for clear quartz. So I think what it's saying is that you've come a long way, you've got a lot of experience, and now it's time for you to create whatever it is that you desire. The date palm, as you can see here, it almost looks like there's a phoenix up here in the top, which, is about rebirth and transformation, but it's on the very tippy top, and the date palm itself is about grace. So what is grace exactly? Grace is that thing that comes in, when you want a new job and when you, get a hug from a child. It's that moment of great excitement and the ability to receive. So I feel like you've been through a lot, and now is a time that you can comfortably receive like gifts and grace. And sometimes, when we've gone through a lot, we are not as eager to receive. And it's not that we don't want to receive, it's just that we're not used to maybe sometimes getting things for us. We're used to doing things for others, or we're used to having to go through experiences where don't feel quite so graceful. So the grace card it's interesting because it says when it's right way up, it's time to show that you can remain graceful even in the face of pressure. So I was first seeing this card as all these experiences that you were going through, and then this date palm as being, like rising above everything in this kind of phoenix situation. And that it's part of what it's saying here is that grace comes in many different ways, and that this date palm, because it is a palm, it bends under pressure. And there's something about that is relevant for you to hear today. So let's see, before we go too much farther, from the Spirit Mamas, what is the card that would like to come out for you? Okay. Oh, wow. I love this card. It's really one of my favorite cards when I'm going through these. And I'm going to let you take a peek at it. Let it all crumble down. Okay. So this I think it's the card about Kali. And when you see, I think this is also like, it's on page 33 in the book, which to me is about, a really divine crumbling down. As you can see here, she's got like this opening above her head, and everything is kind of fallen apart around her. But it's like where we started off with this whole thing about being able to be under pressure, and all it's done is refined who you are. It has not defined you, it has refined you, meaning that you have always been fine, but what it's done is it's changed the outside appearance maybe, or it's changed how things come in and how they affect you. So something about this was the phoenix that I saw rising above, and you being able to bend with the wind. There's something maybe that you're holding on to that you're not meant to continue to hold on to. Almost like it's time to let it go. It's served its purpose. The reason why you're so refined is because you've already learned the lesson. And don't be like righteous or self-righteous about who was right, who was wrong, who did what to who. It's not about that. It's not about you not being able to feel the emotions, because it's very important for you not only to feel them, but to allow them to pass through you, to give them whatever it is that you need, the anger or the sadness or the feelings of abandonment, the feelings of hurt, the pain that you feel, the over like suppression of it or the denial of it does not help. It's like you have to go through it, but you can't hold on to it either. Both denying it keeps you holding on to it. And when you won't let it go because you cannot understand why somebody did that to you, or you cannot understand their side of anything, you only see you were right in all this, then it keeps it active. So both of those situations keep it active. And it's asking you to kind of call on Kali, like she's the divine goddess of of like transformation, which is like the phoenix rising here. She knows how to break through things, which is why, and it's so funny because I almost grabbed the Kali cards to come out and then I didn't. So this is asking you to let your ego go, let all of the things go within yourself, and let the world be shut out around you. Call on the goddess of Kali, and to help you kind of stop any old cycles of grief or feelings of where you've been misunderstood. It's really interesting where this reading is going. So I hope that it's helping you. We're going to go to the Moon Oracle. I really wanted all these women. So, oh, I love this. Right here in the center is manifest. So it's really interesting. I'm feeling a theme going on. Even though pile 1 was very, very different, there was a lot of things that were really the same, which I find really interesting. All different cards. These are not the same cards at all. But the intention about you being able to stand in your power here, for you personally, it's about you being able to bend and shift your ego, shift your understanding of something, let it go, let it all crumble down. It's not helping you to hold on to you being right. It's not helping you. So what do you want to manifest? She's all in dark here, but this is all about the fiery energy. Take that anger, that energy, that fire energy, and turn it into something that you really desire. So move it forward from here into it's going to take courage. It's going to take focus. It's going to take a change. It's going to take a transformation. It's going to take you letting everything go before you can step into this. Because if your mind is cluttered with all the crap that went on, how can you put it towards this? And that's what it's asking you to do. That's why it's all surrounded by this fiery energy. That sacral chakra energy is about creation and about where your personal energy is going, where that personal power is. She's walking towards something. What is she moving? What are you moving towards? So channel your thoughts and whatever your visions, channel. And what I mean by channel is like direct it. Put your focus towards something and start moving forward to in that direction. Yeah, there's a quote from Maya Angelou here in the book. It says, ask for what you want and be prepared to get it. So with you being in a different mindset and not focusing in this direction, it'll keep you over here. This is like old energy. You've learned the lessons. Move forward. Okay. So we have the storytelling. Really interesting. Oh my gosh. So this is very similar to the first pile, because the first pile had fairy tales, which is a story. And then this one has the storyteller. Oh, this is so crazy. And anyway, you may want to go back if you haven't already and looked at reading number 1, because there could be some aspects, because we're going into this divine number 8 around the storyteller. So we're asking to move into our personal power around what it is that we desire. And sometimes to do that, we have to create the story around it. And that's what I'm hearing for all of this. Is that create what you want, but don't create lies about other people or other situations. So there's a lot of blue energy here, because that's your throat chakra. And it's very interesting here. There's a lot of blue energy here. And it's asking, the reason why I think she's got the third eye open and red there on her head, like she's got her conscience up here, is to be very aware your words are very powerful. So what do you want to manifest? What are the stories that you're telling yourself? Listen only to the stories that are worthy of you and reflect your magnificent nature. This dragon demands that you settle for nothing less than to live your legend. So yeah, so if you're caught over here, then you can find yourself not getting to where you really want to be. And all the cards are leaning towards, you have the lessons. There's no reason for you to stay in anything that doesn't feel good. Move forward. We're going to bring in the Light Seers Tarot to shed some light on this whole situation. And for you, pile number 2, where is it that you're going? And what do you need to do? What are the steps that you need to take? What is the energy? I feel like this is coming out. Okay, so isn't that interesting? I grabbed the 2 cards that were poking out from the deck, and this one, which is the 5 of Wands here. So that is about heading towards your power. See, all of these people are moving towards something. You can get tangled up down here, Or you can, you know, kind of strategically, or if you know where you're going, if you're not letting these distractions get in your way, because this could be a card of conflict. But it's also, what I'm seeing it as is a card of creative change. About this all could be you. That's what I'm kind of feeling like. All of these are different aspects of you. You were down here, the wounded child. You got, you know, hit and you fell down. You were close and didn't make it. You turned in a different direction, still didn't make it. But where you are right now with your ability to let some of these things go, to kind of get clear on what your desires are, to say the things that you want, to let the things that aren't you gone, is that you will reach the goal that you want. And then with the Knight of Pentacles over here, it's about him moving forward in the right direction, planting the seeds. This is about tangible things that you want to bring into your world, and things that you can have as you move forward. So yeah, so he's looking forward. He's not looking at what he's doing back here, because he knows that right now he's planting things. So make sure that you know where you're going if you're going to start planting seeds. Because the Seven of Cups, this is about your heart-based energy and about all these options that you have. So I feel like you could get really confused about what's going on. And once again, we have this King of Swords right here under the manifestation card here. And it's because it's asking you to get really clear. The King of Swords is really clear with his voice, with his communication, with his thoughts. And between this, you know, moving forward and planting the seeds, there is options, there are choices, there's this heart opening. And it's right here underneath this let it all crumble down, because if you've got too much stuff around you, it can confuse you to what it is that you're trying to do. That's why it's really telling you that it's so important for you to get clear on where you're going and what you want. Okay, so we'll open this one. Okay, the Chariot came out. That's the only card that came out last time. But what I love is this one is right side up, and I see a lot of this orange energy and this balance. So it's asking you to move forward. It's okay to move quickly. The Knight is a little bit of a quicker energy, but the Pentacles is a slower, because it's tangible. It's not like the Swords. The Swords is very fast. This is about you being able to communicate and have everything you want. You've got this higher perspective here. You have the wisdom of the crows. You have, just like the phoenix, the bat represents this rebirthing. The owl represents the wisdom that you have moving forward. And all of these cards are asking you to do that, to step in. Look at this. Oh my gosh, all these are major arcana cards coming out right here at the end. So what you have here is the ability, the Empress is about being able to create the world that you desire. She creates from a beautiful intuitive space here. And then the Hermit is being able to come from a space where you know who you are. This is, again, could feel like the Phoenix energy, where you've walked a long way in the dark, and now you are self-illuminated because you know who you are. And when you get lost, you can always go back into this hermit place, into this space, into your divine knowing, into your divine awareness. Yeah, this is feeling very, very crooked, which I hate for you. Let's see. Yeah, how about that? Is that a little bit? Yeah, the other one might have been very crooked too. So I'm going to have to change the way this is. Please forgive me for the way it's set up. I hope that you can really see what's going on here in the reading, because it's a beautiful reading telling you to hear that this is where you're going. You're going into this beautiful creative aspect of you know, this place within you that is, it's all about following clear guidance. But you don't have clear guidance if you don't if you don't get clear on what it is that you want. So pile number 2, this is your reading. So stay focused. Like I said, I've never read it like this, but I feel like this is aspects of you, what you've kind of had to go through. It's part of what we were hearing in the very first card here. I mean, the very first crystal, with that you've been through a lot of experiences. So let these experiences work for you. Don't feel like you're a victim. Let go of anything that has kind of brought you down in the past and move forward with this clarity. Move quickly, move with a clear understanding. Tell only the things that are working for you. Don't go back into those old stories that kind of hurt you. Stay focused, move forward. You have such a wonderful opportunity ahead of you to come into a space of real creation of the things that you truly desire. So pile number 2, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you will like and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And I'd love to hear from you if you have any input about your reading today. So until next time, have an amazing day. Bye now. Okay, pile number 3. So very interesting. I was worried about the pattern here on my tablecloth. So the first 2 readings, everything was kind of wonky. And it's so interesting because they were very, very powerful readings. But I feel like something that I had to kind of clear any distractions for you, because I feel like this reading is so interesting and powerful for you that that you need to just pay attention to the words and the cards, and the outside cannot distract you in any way. So we're going to go to the first beautiful crystal that you chose. So all of these are clear quartz crystals, and I love there's these beautiful rods. This kind of feels like it's in its natural form. There's a lot of crystals. There's a lot of information going on here, and that's what I'm getting from the crystal. There's a lot going on for you, which is probably why I felt the need to straighten everything up for you, is because you already have too many distractions going on around you, and maybe there's not as much clarity as you would like moving forward. And it's very, very important for you to get the information coming out clearly. That's what I'm hearing, that it's really, really important for you to move forward at this time with clarity. All right, so the tree that we are going to move towards is the acacia tree. And you have these beautiful birds, which kind of look like parrots. They're all rainbow, and they're all up in this tree. And the acacia is about protection. So the tree is offering them protection. And what I see down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if that has any aspect to, and then there's 3 more up here in the corner. So I feel like there is some aspect where, you know, because there's 3 here in the tree as well. So all these numbers are coming out, which is unusual for me to kind of receive, especially from these cards. But I am getting that there is 5s and 3s. 5s are about change. 5 and 3 is 8. That's about this infinity, this knowing that, you know, what you put in, you get out, that kind of like coming to the end of some cycle card, or number rather. The acacia, when you look at the acacia tree, let me see if we have that right here. You have all these crystals here. I wanted to make sure that we had lots of crystal clear energy for you today. The acacia is all about protection. And what the message is from the card itself, it's saying that you're being given support and protection, and it's something that you've really desired. Perhaps that you haven't felt like that within your family. Maybe that's why there's all these little things around you, but you weren't really getting protection from those things around you. But the tree is saying that you are protected. Even if you're not aware that you're protected, you are very, very divinely guided. And I'm seeing this crystal kind of amplify, and I'm getting this really interesting energy, this deep love energy. What it's saying here is your sensitivity is being heightened at the moment. That's why it was heightening my sensitivity, giving you deep insights into the world of people around you. And so that is part of why you are being guided. And the universe really wants you to understand that you are being not only divinely guided, but also protected in everything that you do. So don't be afraid to listen to what's coming in for you. we're going to go to the spirit mamas and see. I'll take this one underneath. Okay. So heart chakra is the card, just a big stack. I'm feeling this one as well. Yeah. Okay. So the heart chakra is coming out, and the Dance with Grace card. And the reason why I think the heart chakra is coming out is because perhaps there's a lot going on. I feel like all this rainbow energy that's also coming in around her it's kind of highlighting that there's this magical information that perhaps is coming through you, is really what I'm hearing. It's coming to you and through you, and the universe is asking you to understand that this is really divine information, and it's so important for you allow your heart to resonate, to open up, and allow the true you to kind of show, what I'm hearing is beam forward. That it's very, very important for you to stay strong, for you to allow, because you're a very sensitive being and all these new energies are coming forward. So stay in your heart. It's reminding you that everything is coming to you from a place of love, that it's so important for you to understand that what's coming to you is not bad. So understand that you're divinely protected. And, you know, that's where the whole thing started from, is that you have all this information. It's funny that I forgot that that's what I was getting from this, is that there was so much information coming to you that maybe you were getting a little bit confused, but that you are protected. Stay with an open heart. And this is really amazing, because as you can see here with this, like both of these ladies have their heart pointing up. She's like, we do poses in yoga that fully expose and open up the heart, and this would be something like that. And she is dancing, what it looks like, with the cosmos here, because she's dancing with all this energy and information. And in the book it says it's time for you to accept all parts of yourself with dignity and grace. And it was saying all that all along. You've got all this information. It's okay. This said the same thing, for you to be you. And even if you're scared and unsure of the pieces and feelings that you have, show yourself love, gratitude, and grace. Your dreams are manifesting, and your life is becoming something that you can dance with grace. So I'm getting this really interesting ringing in my ear that's going along, and that could be something that has been happening to you, that you're getting this, you know, like my whole body, my whole energy right now is firing up. That's what it feels like. Like all this like fiery energy is coming through me right now to help you, or to help me share with you the importance of what is coming in and what is moving through you, and to dance with it. Don't be afraid of it. It's so important. Okay, so these two cards just fell out. So let's see what they are. Oh, wow. It says breathe and rejoice. Okay, well, it can't get any more simpler than that, right? Breathe. So it's funny, because today in my yoga practice, and I don't do practice every day, although that's the goal, is when I get up. I really love, working with the body. But I found myself breathing very deeply, and it was very important for me today and this feels like this big moon feels like a combination of all of this energy coming forward here. And it's asking you to breathe, and the breath is such a powerful, I heard that in, I don't know, a meditation or something yesterday about the breath. So there's something, when you hear things over and over again, to me, it's telling you that it's important, or it's telling me that it's important. And what this is, there's a quote in here in the book from the Dalai Lama. It says, as you breathe in, cherish yourself, open your heart, dance with the universe, with all this divine energy that's coming in. Know that you're protected, even if you haven't been protected by family around you. They've kind of let you, be out there on your own a little bit, so you haven't always felt protected by people that should be your foundation of protection. So it's telling you that there is a family, there's a guidance around you that is allowing you to dance, open your heart, and breathe. The Dalai Lama says, as you breathe in, cherish yourself. As you breathe out, cherish all beings. So it's more than just you. That's what I'm getting from that quote. But it does say that you owe it to yourself and your own well-being to breathe and to bring in that clear, positive energy and to allow yourself to flow with the universe. And there's a lot of really flowy cards going on here. And if you think about rejoice is an energy, I feel like, that is about celebration, about triumph. She's got the stars and the moon, and it almost feels like she's in this ethereal place. She's walking with the wisdom at her feet, with her head here high in the cosmos, and she's caressing or holding the moon because she's very attached to her own feelings, her own divine intuition, and allowing the grace to flow through her. So with the grace, I love, there's a quote from Lao Tzu: be content with what you have and rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world opens up. So it's asking you to breathe, open your heart. All these messages, this intuition, everything that's coming to you, it's not giving you something that you aren't already. It is opening up and unveiling who you are right now. And that's what this message is all about, is allowing you to dance and breathe in. And you've got all of this going on with you right now, but it's time for you to celebrate what is opening up for you in the moment. Look for all the simple things that are coming in, because in that simplicity, which is what it was saying here, it's like you're going to realize that that is the goal, that all of these beautiful things, the rhythm, the earth, the breeze, the ability to flow, to open your heart, you have everything within you. And it's in the guidebook, the last sentence says, all of your heightened senses will be delighted and you will know that you are alive. And that's just from you rejoicing in the moment and where you are right now. So the last cards that we're going to go to, the oracle cards, are the Wisdom of the Dragon. So these are about, for the love of dragons, and bringing in lots of fun energy here. And let's see. Okay, so the Sanctuary, isn't that interesting? I don't know if this card has ever come out, and I sometimes don't like to say it because I feel like I say it a lot, but this card is very new. It's card number 37, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit closer. It's like I want to look at it closer because it feels a little gray, and you know, like it feels like she's in a space that it's just very calm. That's what I'm getting from the gray, and all this fiery dragon energy it's around her. I feel like she's very calm. She's very protected. She's absolutely beautiful, and this is almost like a purple, a deep, rich magenta that is, kind of around every aspect of who she is. And it's so interesting because we started out with this card letting you know that you're safe, and card number 37 says every dragon needs its cave, just as you need your own haven, a holy place created just for you, your sanctuary. So what it's saying is that all these gifts, as they're coming online, and your heart is just going to expand to a place that maybe you've never been before. And it's asking you to put together a sanctuary, a place where you can go and incorporate all of this love and beauty, everything that's allowing your heart to open. And you'll be able to sit in this space, breathe, go into your intuition, listen to what is coming into you. I feel like there's a lot of divine inspiration that's coming in. So you may choose in this space that you create for yourself, so you can kind of get away from everything and be with what's coming in. These gifts, you might be able to write, and things will become clear through writing. You can create through painting or through song or sit with music. Something about the environment being very soothing for you, because I feel like you're going to need it as all of this is unfolding for you. So don't be afraid to take care of yourself. So let's go to the Light Seer's Tarot and ask for additional information for you, pile number. Okay, so these kind of, it's like they popped out and did this. Okay, I don't know why I have to share that with you, but because they pop out sometimes and they're out of camera, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to push the reading, because I'm not. I don't know why this is something that I feel like, you know, because you're not seeing them, you may have that little thing. Or sometimes when things feel so good that that's what I'm getting. It's like when things feel so good, you're afraid that it can't be true. Like if you're not used to getting the protection, you are always on high alert. Wow, it's so interesting that I felt that. And I feel like something is coming in for you. Part of what is coming in for you, whether this coming together is this outside guidance, like higher wisdom and guidance, or whether it's somebody coming in, but it's going to allow you, this is about change, so it's going to allow you to let go of some of the things in the past that really created a deep well of sadness for you. That's what the cups are about, really, this kind of a little bit of heartbreak energy where you felt like perhaps you put in more than you got out, and then now and then we move. So you can see this 2, 5, 7, 2, and 5. With this coming together and you letting go, it's going to create the ability for you to be able to plant new seeds and see some growth in a direction that you really, I feel like, need right now. It's like you need to kind of see things. You can't keep just seeing or hearing about things. I feel like you really need tangible things, and that's why the 7 is coming out. That's about tangible things coming on in your life. So let's see what else we have. Pile number 3. Okay, this is a lot of cards, so I probably won't take them all, but we'll see. We'll begin with the cards because we've got a stack of, feels like 20. So the King of Cups, I love that this one is coming out here because he knows who he is. He's in control of his heart. Everything is illuminated here. He's sitting in the water because he's deeply steeped in the ability to understand who he is. The Knight of Swords is about leaving something behind. This is about moving quickly. It's almost as if you hear news or something becomes aware to you in a way that perhaps you never felt it, you didn't hear it that way, you never thought of it that way, and it's going to give you an ability to leave the scene. And this is him leaving quickly, and this is him kind of taking his time. So as you get out of one situation and move into another situation, it allows you to be able to kind of decide, and what I heard was design the life that you want. I have the Page of Cups. Let me make sure this is all in camera. The Page of Cups, as you can see in this card, it's like that wishful thinking, right? His heart is really full and he wants, and you know, that's why you have when the pigs fly, and he's just dreaming of the things. And part of what he's dreaming is this, where we began here, this 2 energy. So if you see this tiny little thing here, this tiny little rainbow, but I think that there's a lot of things going on, and as long as you keep that heart open regarding all these things that are happening to you, because that's where we began, right? With this heart opening energy, this thing that was allowing you to be able to dance with grace, to breathe, to be able to accept these things about yourself that perhaps you couldn't accept in the past. This is going to create these opportunities for you. And I feel like love is part of that. So we're going back to, it looks like I'm going to read them all. So we're going back to number 2 again, which is where we began. And this is giving her, like, she has everything she needs to move forward, but she's not yet. She's taking a moment. She's deciding what direction that she wants to go in. So when your heart is open and available to you, and you can kind of start feeling the energy from above, I feel like that you're going, like somebody is going to come in from the past, whether it be, you know, you're going to hear, like, maybe, I feel like it's a man if you're a woman, and if you're a woman, it's a man. because this is a man sitting here and looking above. Or if you're a man and you want to be with a man, you know what I'm saying? Like it's whoever it is that you're desiring is just outside your reach here, and you can feel it, you can sense it here. And so one of the cards that I'm going to just put these all out here so we can take a peek at them all together. So it's right outside your reach. You know it's there, and the person is coming into you. There's a letting go, moving forward. The reason why this King of Cups is right here in the center is because that's the most important thing, is all of this heart-based energy that's coming online for you and allowing you to move in this new direction. So know that this is possible for you. This Nine of Swords is that when we have a fear about letting go, or we're afraid of something, kind of keeps us up worried at night. And that's what the Nine of Swords energy is something around you could keep you kind of locked into this old patterning where you felt the lack of support. Because right here, she's by herself. She's still by herself here. She's still by herself here, even though this 2 and 7 is 9. I mean, you can look at this all kinds of ways. You got 2, 5 is 7, 7 and 2 is 9. It's like, it's so easy for you to like digress and to go backwards and to not see that you have what you need moving forward. And you can kind of get stuck in your head back into that space where you've lived perhaps a lot of your life without the support that you needed. But you have the energy. You have, if you change your direction, your energy, or keep it focused in a direction of this higher guidance, keep your heart open, you will receive. So this is a card about being able to give and receive. And I feel like this is about you, this figure 8 coming in, this reciprocity where you'll be in a space where you'll always be able to get what you need. And that's why that this 8 is mimicked here, is because this is about making sure your energy is focused here, not on these things from the past where you always felt like you were perhaps by yourself and having to make decisions by yourself and not feeling the support you needed. It's part of who you are. It's part of maybe where you've been in the past, but it's time to change that focus. Change the focus. You're wanting something that is outside of yourself. You're wanting love. You're looking for all of these things to happen. And this is about it being able to happen. It can happen for you. It is happening for you. But sometimes when all this grief is so deeply ensconced in where we've been, it's really hard to let it go. So pile number 3, let it go, baby. It is time for you to step into your power, into your greatness, and rejoice. Set up this sanctuary for yourself and allow yourself to receive these beautiful gifts. So until next time, have an amazing day. Bye now.